In the world of psychology, we often talk about the fight or flight response to stress. But what about fawning? Let's dive into this lesser known but equally important survival mechanism. Fawning is a term used to describe a response to threat or stress by seeking to please or appease others. It's like becoming a chameleon, adapting to the situation in order to avoid conflict or gain acceptance.
Fawn response is about befriending the threat. This is about persuading the threat that we are BFF, best friends forever. And sometimes this has worked evolutionarily, that if we can get on with our captor, with the thing that threatens us, then maybe we can find our way out of this scenario. We hear very bizarre stories about this every now and then. Someone who's been locked away for years and made friends with the person who's locked them up, and eventually they've managed to get away. So we might try, instead of running, instead of fighting, instead of freezing, to try to be really lovely and make the threat realize that we're on their side and they don't need to eat us or harm us. So, what might this look like for the children and young people in your care? So, you might find that they are very perfectionist, that they're submitting to pressure really easily and they're lacking boundaries. So, they're kind of doing what everyone else wants them to do, trying to be a people pleaser, to be honest, rather than doing what perhaps they really want to do. You might find within your classroom, within your groups, that they are over prepared, that they're overly helpful. They're kind of like your ideal kid, but maybe just a little bit too much, Really, really good, perfect all the time, always aiming to please, always wants to be doing the jobs, always wants to help you. That child.
Fawning often develops as a coping mechanism in childhood, especially in environments where expressing needs or boundaries is not safe. It can manifest as people pleasing, excessive apologizing, or going along with things we don't agree with, all in an effort to avoid rejection or conflict. Have you ever found yourself nodding along with someone's opinion, even though you disagree? Or apologizing profusely for something that wasn't your fault? These are examples of fawning in action. When faced with a perceived threat, our brain triggers the release of stress hormones, preparing us to respond. For some, fawning becomes the default response, often at the expense of our own needs and boundaries. Learning to recognize and assert our boundaries is crucial for overcoming fawning. It's about honoring our own needs and feelings, even if it means risking disapproval from others. Breaking free from fawning requires self-awareness, self-compassion, and practice. It's about reclaiming our authenticity and learning to assert ourselves in a healthy way. So, the next time you catch yourself fawning, remember, you deserve to be seen, heard, and respected for who you are. Embrace your truth, and the right people will embrace it too. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of psychology.